What is going on, guys? RebelTrainer bringing you another draft analysis. That is right. We are a part of another draft league. Nothing against the IBA. We love the IBA. We hope to continue on with the IBA draft. But we are in an intermediate state in that the IBA playoffs are going on. And so I thought it would be a great time to jump into another draft league. And so we are a part of the Universal Gaming Association, the UGA. And it's different. It's VGC type format. It's doubles, best of 3 series as we go into battles, all that good stuff. We have joined 128 different coaches. And so we are a part of a single division that consists of 16 of those 128. And if we do really well, go off in the playoffs, we will go on to eventually, hopefully make it to become the champion of all the regions and all that sort of stuff. So really cool. Just kind of a heads up, kind of an idea. Again, it is doubles. It is VGC by all formats. And so when we got started in this draft league, we were told that we had so many Pokemon that we could draft, 11 total, and that we had 4 tiers to pick from. And we had up to 250 points to select our free picks from there. But we got 1 G-Max, 1 tier 1, 2 tier 2s, 2 tier 3s, 1 tier 4, and then we had 4 free picks that had a total of 250 points. And so with that, we were 15th of 16, I believe, in the draft. So we were quite at the end of the draft league, of the draft order, but it was a snake. So we were almost last, and then we were first or almost first in the second round. So me personally, when I go into a draft, I honestly really like either being really in front of the draft order, so that way I can draft and make kind of a strategic choice because of what I can see and having an idea of maybe what the coach in front of me is doing or the coach behind me is doing. So that way I can kind of make an informed decision, or vice versa. Being in the back, I can kind of take that. Being in the middle kind of sucks, if I'm being completely honest, and it's not just something I really enjoy. And I just realized you guys have no music, so here is that going for you. So all that to be said, we had 11 Pokemon we got to choose from. We were 15th of 16 in the order. And so the very first Pokemon we chose at number 15 of the draft was our G-Max. We chose G-Max Snorlax because of its wide move pool and what we could do. I was really hoping to get a different G-Max. I was hoping maybe Cinderace maybe would be still there because we didn't really ban any abilities or any really kind of moves whatsoever. So it has been kind of interesting in that regards, because in the IBA, we ban moves, we ban certain items, certain abilities, and it's not here. So it kind of had me adjust my thought process a little bit. But we chose Snorlax first overall for our team. I was very pumped about that. Snorlax just gets a ton of really good coverage moves. He does really well in Trick Room. He does really well as an offensive threat. He does really good as a stall mon for our G-Max as well. But if you guys do not know, in VGC, it doesn't matter what Pokemon you Dynamax. So that's really kind of cool. So we don't have to Dynamax Snorlax every round or every match. We can actually Dynamax something else, but this is our G-Max that we get for the round. So I'm really pumped about Snorlax. I've been kind of testing him out in online ranked battling and stuff. So really excited about that. So we chose him first overall, which was great, which led us to our next choice, in that we chose Indeedee Female. And the reason why we chose Indeedee Female was because of Follow Me and the psychic terrain that it can set up, and a few other unique move sets that it gets as well. But I chose Indeedee. Indeedee pairs really well with Snorlax. I think it would be very helpful if we wanted to run Belly Drum Snorlax, Curse Snorlax, or some other options that you guys will see as we kind of move down through our draft order. But Indeedee Female was really good. I really wanted Clefairy. Clefairy went before we had an opportunity to draft in the first round. So by second round, I had to really be thinking what I want for a complementary figure for Snorlax. At this point, we have 2 normal types, which is fine. Normal is a very good typing in that it only has really 1 weakness and it resists ghost moves. So I really appreciate that. So Indeedee helps in that it is not weak to ghost because of its normal typing, but it is weak to dark and obviously neutral to fighting. But I thought Indeedee Female was a very, very solid second round pick. And obviously Indeedee gets the own tempo, it gets synchronized, and obviously Psychic Surge which is great. All great abilities, really good for VGC, for a draft, in my opinion. So I was very, very pumped about that. I'm not complaining whatsoever. And then in the third round, we picked up Hawlucha. Again, Hawlucha can greatly benefit with its Unburden ability, with the Psychic Terrain being up. We can run different items that can help us. If we want to run a Trick Room, we could run Room Service, which would, again, use the item and make Hawlucha that much faster. In that situation, not being the great, but if we got maybe towards the end of Trick Room, could be very helpful for us. And Hawlucha is just a monster and a beast. It gives us a ground immunity and also just a really good typing, and that it also has Mold Breaker. So really like Hawlucha. Hawlucha was our round 3 pick. Again, it also gets Limber, which might be very helpful in certain situations if I'm seeing a coach running a lot of paralysis hacks or whatever. Very, very good. But Hawlucha kind of addresses our darkness weakness with Indeedee, and also helps us take care of fighting types if it wants to come in against Snorlax. So I just thought Hawlucha was very solid overall. Another reason why I chose Hawlucha was in back of my mind, I was going to be drafting hopefully tier 4 Thwackey, because Rillaboom had been taken G-Max and D-Max, a regular Rillaboom. Oh, that's the other thing. In this draft, we could draft either a G-Max, or if the G-Max got taken, you could still draft the regular form. So even though I took G-Max Snorlax in the first round, somebody else could have drafted regular form Snorlax. But that was unique. I kind of like that a little bit. But all that being said, Rillaboom was taken as a Grassy Surge user. Hawlucha pairs really well with that. But at the end of the day, he was gone. I was like, well, Thwackey's still there. I'm going to grab Thwackey. Thwackey was taken before I could get to him, unfortunately. But I still stand by my choice of Hawlucha. I think Hawlucha is a very solid choice, and I'm not going to be too upset about that. Then our 4th round came very quickly, so I knew we need to start working around our core. A Fire, Water, Grass core was a priority for me this draft, and also I wanted to prioritize doing a Fairy Steel Dragon core if possible, but I was prioritizing the Water, Grass, and Fire. And Rotom Wash is a monster in VGC. Very hard hitting. It can single down a Mon very well. It can stall out Mons. It is also a very good Dynamax, surprisingly. And a good supportive Mon if I want to run that way as well. I can run it special defensive, I could run Snorlax defensive, or vice versa, and I just really, really like Rotom Wash. Obviously with the Levitate ability, again, another ground immunity, as long as the Pokemon doesn't have Mold Breaker. And again, I think Rotom Wash was just a huge good pickup for us. Huge good pickup. It was a huge pickup. That was our first free tier. It cost us 100 points to get them. But at the end of the day, Rotom Wash, very solid. So not complaining about him either. Then round 5 came, and I was thinking, what do I need in the event that some of my typings aren't available to me anymore? I was looking at the tiers. All that being said, Silvally was in tier 2. So Hawlucha was a tier 2, and Silvally was going to be our second tier 2 choice. And in this draft, Silvally is a singular draft. So I have Silvally every type. So obviously with the RKS system, I can run normal, I can run dark, I can run ghost, I can run fire, water, grass. All those types are available to me with this. And I just think this is great because it makes somebody have to make a choice in guessing if I'm going to bring Silvally every week. Obviously has a lot of good support moves with Parting Shot and some other things as well. But again, I think Silvally was just a huge pickup for us in round 5, and I was not complaining. Metamech really inspired me in our IBA draft to choose this Pokemon, and so I was super pumped. I'm like, you know what? It's very good in singles, but I think it can put in the work for us in doubles as well. So Silvally's on the team. I'm very excited for him, as I've already said, and I think he's just going to pair really well with the rest of the team. That round 6, again, I knew I wanted a fire type. Fire types are very elusive in this generation of Sword and Shield. And I also knew I needed a dragon type. Turtonator may not be your first choice for dragon type or first choice for fire type, but let's be honest. Dragon's weak to ice. Fire resists ice, and so Turtonator is now neutral to ice. Dragon resists water. So really, Turtonator, I believe's only weakness is rock, ground, and I think that's about it. And with its ability, shell armor, it cannot be crit. So very solid Pokemon, especially we find ourselves up against Urshifus. Urshifus cannot crit Turtonator. Cannot happen. So that is awesome. Turtonator, a very slow mon, but again, if my opponents wants to run Trick Room, Turtonator's there to put in the work, put in the effort and everything, and it hits like a truck on the special side as well, and it gets Shell Smash. So a lot of different options for Turtonator. Turtonator was our tier 4 choice. That was our only tier 4 that we could choose, unless we were going to the free slots. So again, I was really pumped about grabbing Turtonator on round 6, and I think again he complements our team very well. Gives us another addition to our fire core, our fire, water, grass core, and now it also has started our Dragon Fairy Steel core. So yeah, Turtonator. Round 7, Amoonguss was still sitting there. It was a tier 1 choice, and Amoonguss was our second free slot. So Amoonguss costs 100 points as well. Again, Amoonguss with Spore in VGC format is really good because we're no longer doing Smogon rules. So I can literally be putting multiple Pokemon to sleep every time. Indeed, he could be running Follow Me, and we could just be putting in a ton of work against my opponent's team. Amoonguss also has Regenerator, which could be really, really good. If my opponent at any time wants to do Toxic Spice, which I don't know why you would do that in VGC, gives us the poison coverage as well. Amoonguss does really well in Trick Room, which might be an option that we run with our team. But again, this now completes our Water, Fire, Grass core, and that has now been bundled up really well. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Amoonguss. And then in round 8, Galvantula was still sitting there. Galvantula does a lot. Obviously, it can run some very good spread moves. It can run Energy Ball. It's a very fast Pokemon. If Sticky Webs might be a priority for us, we could do that as well. But again, really only good in singles, not so much in double formats. But Galvantula hits like a truck on the special side as well. It is very fast, and because this is a VGC format, rocks don't tend to be an issue for Galvantula either. So I believe Galvantula could put in a lot of work. Gives us another electric type. Unfortunately, I was trying not to duplicate typings on our teams as much this year, but with the bug typing as well, we can also hit dark types really well along with psychic types. So, and obviously Galvantula was our tier 3 choice with Compound Eyes, Unnerve, and Swarm. I think Galvantula could put in a lot of good work as well. So Galvantula was on the squad. We picked him up. Then round 9, I was trying to think of what would be a really good fairy typing for us, and Gardevoir was still sitting there. Gardevoir was our last tier 3 choice, and so we picked her up. I was kind of tossing between this and maybe Slurpuff, but Slurpuff, I just thought Gardevoir ran with the Psychic typing as well with Psychic Terrain. I just thought this would be really solid. So Gardevoir is on the team. She's going to do a lot of good things for us. I look forward to her with also being a counter to Trick Room if we need to do that as well. Again, I just thought it was a very solid choice for us overall, so I'm not complaining. And obviously it can run with this ability Synchronize, Trace, or Telepathy. And Telepathy might be really good for some of the strats that I have with Savali if we so need to do that. Round 10 came back again very quickly. I was recognizing we didn't have a ground type, and with the abundance of electric types that were running through the league, I needed a tier 4 choice as a free choice because I chose Rotom Wash and Amoonguss, which took 200 of my 250 picks. So my last 2 choices, my last 2 picks had to be tier 4s. So Piloswine was sitting there in tier 4 running with an Eviolite. Obviously it has Oblivious, it has Snow Cloak, it has Thick Fat. And to be honest, with Snow Cloak, there is somebody who in our draft team or draft league took Alolan Ninetales, and so if it runs Snow Warning, this Pokemon is going to be fire. He won't even see it coming if we face him, and I just think again Piloswine is going to put in work for us as a surprise pick. But again, ground immunity, ice typing, obviously we could run Ice Shard on it. It could run Blizzard. A lot of different options, a lot of different ways we could run it. Obviously not very good on the special side as much, but again, very solid choice for us. And I'm very happy to see Piloswine on the team. Then round 11 came. We were second to last to close up the draft league. I was kind of looking. I knew I had to pick a tier 4 because of our point situation. Mungus Galvantula took 200. Piloswine was 25. So I had to pick one final Pokemon at 25 points to finish out my 250 points. And it was really just kind of an interesting choice. And I chose Garbodor. Garbodor was still there. Garbodor was probably one of the better choices at the very end of the draft of what was left, what wasn't going to put a huge weakness to our typings. And honestly, Garbodor has a lot of moves to its move pool. It can run Stench, it can run Weakness Armor or Aftermath. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'm ever going to bring it, to be honest. But I think Garbodor can put in a lot of work for us. I think he has potential to be a surprise to some teams as if we bring him. But at the end of the day, I think we did a well rounding of our typings, of our cores. Obviously, we have our Fire, Water, Grass core. We have our Dragon. We have our Fairy type. We did not draft a Steel type, unfortunately, because all the good Steel types that were left by the time it came to us, we couldn't pick because of what tiers we had left or because of our point system. And honestly, if I really need a Steel type, Savali can fill that gap because we can run a Steel type Savali. So at the end of the day, I got my both set cores completed. I have some Slowmons, so if I have to worry about Trick Room, I can run Trick Room or Counter Trick Room. I have options that are hard hitting, that are stally. I have some very hyper offensive Pokemon, and I have some very hacksy Pokemon, we'll say the least. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is my first time ever doing competitive draft league in a VGC format, doubles format. So it will be different. And every week, this runs for 10 weeks. Every week we get to have the option of dropping a Pokemon, picking up a free agent, or making a trade. So essentially for, I believe, 9 of the 10 weeks, maybe it's all 10, we can make one move if we so choose. But honestly, looking at our team, I don't know who I'd move unless it really made sense, like a 1-for-1 trade of a typing or something along that nature. But we are looking solid, I think, for my team. Obviously, everybody is very biased of their teams and what it looks like. But at the end of the day, I'm really looking forward to this. At the end of the day, week 1 starts not next week, but I believe the following week after that from what I was seeing. I was just trying to look up to see the person that we were playing week 1. And week 1, we were playing up against... his name is Logan in the Discord. It does not look like he's a YouTuber, but we will be running up against him. He drafted Gmax Colossal, Cantonian, Ninetales, Gudra, Aegislash, Lilligant, Sonatic, Cinccino, Weavile, Palosand, Clawitzer, and Mienshao. So that's who we go up against. We will. I don't know if we're going to do team builders or not for this. I'm just looking to have fun in this league. I'm just looking to get some battles in, get some more draft opportunities, battling, team building, all that sort of stuff. VGC just seemed like a fun first round try to do. So I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Yeah, like I said, it's best of 3. And yeah, so as far as I can tell, there isn't a set date that these have to be uploaded by. Like the IBA, we upload it every Saturday at 10 a.m. It doesn't look like that's the case with this, so I don't know what days I'm going to shoot to have them uploaded. Probably depends on what time I can battle my opponent. But maybe I'll still target Saturdays. Maybe I'll target Fridays for the upload for those. So again, we're not done with the IBA. The IBA is my heart. It's where I enjoy playing with those guys. And who knows? I may enjoy battling with the UGA guys as well. But at the end of the day, the IBA is my home team, my homeboys. They're my first ever draft league, so I'm looking forward to getting back into battling them. But until then, this is it. We're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna enjoy every single moment of this. And yeah, I've kind of rambled. We are the coaches of the Bouffalant Sabres. If you guys have missed that, big Loto right there. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Till then, I'm RebelTrainer. I'm the coach of the Bouffalant Sabres. And if you guys really enjoy the team logo and everything, and you want your own stuff, apparently I have a green screen on. Did not realize that. Let's fix that real quick. All right, you want a logo? We have mouse pads, we have t-shirts, we have, I believe pillows, maybe something. But you guys can grab your own merch from our merch store. All that stuff will be down in the description below. And also, if you guys have made it this far in the video, make sure you guys comment down what you guys think we should be running as some sets. What do you think we could be doing as far as improving our team if we want to make a free agent trade or make a trade with somebody else in the draft? Just let me know. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new for more and better draft content. But otherwise, I'm RebelTrainer. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.